Well, a vaccine mandate for flying, a dangerous homeless encampment making a sheriff's office too dangerous for workers, and a city attorney candidate who reportedly wants to abolish police and prisons. KTTH Seattle Talk Radio host Jason Rantz is here to sink his teeth into these lightning round topics tonight. And listen, Jason, you break all kinds of stories and reporting that I tell you this all the time. I feel like some of it's got to be the onion, but then it turns out to be true. So welcome back. Great to have you. Let's start with this. We mentioned this briefly yesterday about a former Obama administration official who's talking about the fact that if you don't have a vaccine passport, maybe you should go on the no-fly list, saying this: beyond limiting the coronavirus's flow from hotspots to the rest of the country, allowing only vaccinated people on domestic flights will change minds too. Flying's not a right, and the case for restricting it to vaccinated people is straightforward. Your reaction?
Well, it's interesting because, number one, I actually suffered through that entire article, and the bulk of her argument from the safety perspective is that you're not going to catch COVID on the plane because of the air filtration and the masks, but you will once you take them off outside of the plane. So this dope decided to make the argument that it's actually safer to be on a plane. So she should actually be wanting unvaccinated people on planes, not off. But what was curious here is if you look at the actual demographics of the folks who are not getting the vaccine, you have a high number of people of color. So what she's effectively saying is she wants to discriminate against
last year and a half. At least a lot of people didn't. Exactly. I traveled and went on about my life with all the safety precautions. But if we did it then, the public.
Yeah, so just some context to this. So the King County Courthouse is located in downtown Seattle, and that's where the sheriff's office is located. Directly next to it is something called City Hall Park that for the last year has been completely overrun with homeless folks. The problem is what happened recently last week was a homeless person went into the courthouse and attempted to rape a 7 months pregnant woman who worked at the courthouse. And employees for the longest time have been screaming, this is not safe. Someone needs to clear out this encampment. There was a stabbing homicide a few weeks ago. The story you and I talked about, the senior citizen who had his dog kicked to death by a homeless person, that was at this encampment. And so now King County Sheriff Mitzi Johannick is saying, yeah, I'm not going to keep putting my non-commissioned employees who don't have to be here, I'm not going to put them at risk. Tomorrow there's going to be a protest, a rally outside of the courthouse by female employees of the county, and they're saying, look, enough is enough, start to act. As of right now, though, city's not going to clear out this encampment.
That's insane, because it's a security issue. This isn't being unkind to homeless people. I mean, that's clearly a security issue. Okay, finally, we have this race out there that involves somebody who wants to be a prosecutor but doesn't want to have police. I don't know. This is what Andy No has said. He says, he's doing a quote here, property destruction is a moral imperative. He's quoting, a far-left extremist running to be the prosecutor in Seattle has advocated in support of Antifa rioting. Nicole Thomas Kennedy also praised the Antifa who carried out an arson attack last year. Now, that's according to Andy. What can you tell us about this person?
Yeah, Nicole Thomas Kennedy acknowledges that she's an abolitionist. She wants to get rid of police. She wants to get rid of the prison system. And she has actively said that if she takes on the job as city attorney, she is not going to prosecute most misdemeanor crimes. She believes that the system is oppressive, that it's been used to abuse people who are poor. And so she's basically arguing for the poverty defense. So homeless people, for example, or anyone who's low income ends up committing crimes, she's just not going to go after them. Instead, she wants folks to focus on the underlying causes of the poverty and the behavior. What's curious here is going into this election was a three-way tie between a moderate Republican and Ann Davison, who right now is in the lead, somewhat shockingly. Pete Holmes, who's the current, he's kind of like an abolitionist. He just doesn't call himself that. He very infrequently charges for misdemeanors. So it's already bad. The idea of having Nicole Thomas Kennedy in this position, and right now she is number 2 and going into the general, if the vote stands, that is so incredibly alarming about everything that's happening here. For someone like me who's actually following this and reporting on it, if she gets into office, it could be the end of Seattle and the downtown core as we know it, and it's already going in that direction.
Well, listen, people get what they vote for. These folks are not sneaking it in on you. They're telling you exactly what they're going to do.
She's not
hiding
it.
That's what
she
you
is
choose.
Not hiding it.
Right, if that's what you choose, Lord have mercy on Seattle and the good folks out there like you and the folks who are covering it. All right, Jason, keep bringing us these stories, and we'll keep discussing them and finding out that they're actually true.
Pray for us, please.
We will. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, John.
So.